Hey everybody, it's your old pal the Hermit here, coming back with another nostalgia play. We've got the Zak McKraken Between Space and Time. I know it's been a minute since we did this, so give me a moment here. If I try to remember, we were down in Mexico and we just deciphered how to get into a tomb. So without any further delay, let's get going on this.
And once again, Mr. McKraken unwisely ventures forth into ancient dark places. Cripes, this place is dark. The bowl is filled with a viscous, flammable liquid. Could be tar. This bowl seems like it was designed to last forever. A lot like everything else here. A handsome yellow lighter. Yellow is such a wonderful color. The bowl is filled with a viscous, flammable liquid. Could be tar. This bowl seems like it was designed to last. A handsome yellow with a handsome yellow lighter. Yellow is that really doesn't interest me. That really doesn't interest me. The bowl is filled with a viscous bowl. Seems like it was just. There appears to be some torches and fire pits in here. Let's get this place lit up. Good thing this tar can still burn. Very mystic, well-furnished room with an eerie-looking statue. What adventures await me in here? I got rid of that lighter. Amazingly, it finally went empty. Guess this must be the statue of the Aztec deity Tezcatlipoca. And, again, one of those names I can barely pronounce, let alone spell. The bowl is filled with a viscous, flammable liquid. Could be tar. This bowl seems like it. Hey, what's this? Plants retracted and now the crystal is free. A purple crystal.
Huh?
Surprised, Mr. McKraken.
What do you want from me?
Hand over the artifact.
Easy come, easy go, huh? Rats.
Oh my god. Huh? The door, no!
Damn it. Damn it. They shut the door behind them. They probably wiped out the drawing, too. Now how do I get out of here? Decorated floor plate. This plate is beautifully ornamented. I can make out all kinds of carvings and drawings. Forget it. I'm gonna need some pretty heavy gear to do that. Another metal plate. Let's give it a try. Open sesame. Forget it. I'm gonna need some pretty heavy gear to do that. Hey, what's this? A U-shaped stone. The heck could it be? Forget it. I'm gonna need some pretty heavy. Nothing happens. Ha! Tabloid reporter opens pyramid chamber. More exciting than Capone's vault. Now look at that. That looks interesting. Some Aztec glyphs. I can't read them, though. They're too small and worn out. If I only had a magnifying glass, I'll bet Debbie could read these. I wonder if I could borrow her glasses for a while. What a weird-looking picture. It's some sort of machine. The top is dome-shaped and 3 beams are branching out of it. What could it be? Might be a clue. Might be some Aztec kid's art project. Hey, there's some smaller markings carved next to the drawing. Should take a closer look at them as well. This torch must be centuries old. This torch must be centuries old. Nothing happens. Nothing happens. The bowl is filled with a viscous, flammable liquid. Could be tar. This bowl seems like it was designed to... What a strange shape. Almost looks like a keyhole. The door opened back up by itself. Oh, there's a circular depression here. The stone is super hot right here. This could make a great cooking pit. Okay, let's go back to the airport. One of the many competitors to my beloved infiltrator. Can't think of anyone right now who'd take a collect call from me. Yeah, let's go to Paris. Toothbrushes, bubblegum, thingamajigs of all colors. Holy Toledo, this thing bends everything. I think I'm in love. I'm sure this wonderful machine has very special tools the company uses to get it open. I'd expect no less. I don't need any of those things. Besides, there's too many to decide from. Room temperature water. Tastes just like the plastic it's bottled in. But hey, it's free, right? I'm not thirsty. Thanks for the concern, though. Yes, I'll put it right next to that Boa Vina in Portugal poster I have rotting away in storage. Welcome to Paris, or as the French say, Bienvenue à Paris. French language magazine. There's everything you can think of, from fashion to cuisine. No thanks. It doesn't match my wallpaper. You know, if I really wanted to check out all the top models and latest in French cuisine, I'd be here all day. Besides, I can't read French. I can't read French. Ugh, I hate the smell of old cigarettes. Security is really good around here. Even the ashtray is welded to the table. Thanks, but I don't smoke. Well, I've searched every cafe, bistro, patisserie, and wine bar in Paris to find Dr. Levy. Total levies found? Zilch. Of course, it's not easy finding one person in a city of 2,125,246.5 citizens. At least I've got more in my stomach than that lousy bag of peanuts on the flight over. But I digress. So now I'm here, the center of it all, where all roads to Paris lead to. Dr. Levy has to be here. Though now that I think of it, I don't even know what he looks like. Alright, let's get this party started. Coniferous plant. It doesn't need much work to upkeep. It's a list of today's specials. All of them look really good. Most of it looks like seafood. I can't read it, but the picture seems to suggest it was full of fish guts. This stuff belongs in a garbage can, and not in my pockets. This looks like one of those secret documents where they destroy themselves after reading. I shouldn't. It might self-destruct in 15 seconds. The garbage of a high-class restaurant. I'm not keen on taking a closer look. I'm not going to touch that. Garbage collection is on Mondays. It feels like a hand will pop out any minute. Those grills are too solid. I'd prefer a different strategy. This belongs to a very patriotic citizen. It's green and it grows. Just a plant's basic characteristics. I can't reach that from here. This door might just be the ticket to a new career. I don't think the chef will be too happy if I just barge into his kitchen, but there might be some other way to distract him or lure him outside. An ad for prescription-free Viagra. It's probably good they don't advertise that too often. I don't want anyone thinking I need that stuff. Looks swanky in there. How's the lunch? Everything good? Ever hear of something called a diet by chance? I'm selling these elegant red ties. You happen to be Dr. Levy, the neurobiologist? Ugh. Trust me, there is no way that's him. This guy's way too young. I gotta go. Hang loose. There was a time when table manners actually existed. Ugh, that doesn't look tempting at all. Ugh. This is a flounder, if I remember correctly. I don't wear other people's trophies. A small sailboat. I used to have a model of one of these, but I ended up setting it on fire. The owner probably wouldn't like that. It's hanging just fine like this. I doubt there's a safe here. Now that is an upper-class Frenchman. He seems a little indecisive. Why doesn't he just have a nice soup? Maybe I can help him make up his mind. Award for superb kitchen hygiene and succulent menu. Yeah, this thing's really old, or the owner made it himself. Flowers. If they're real, I have to say I admire their will to survive. Hey there, champ. Got everything under control?
I beg your pardon?
Hey, bud. Just got a couple of questions for you. Can I fire away?
I don't have time to waste with you. So can you please leave me alone?
Hey, what's up, big fella?
Will you please stay away with your vulgar street language? Thank you very much.
You happen to be Dr. Levy, the neurobiologist?
Ah, no! No, by no means.
Catch you later then, buckaroo. This guy seems to pride himself on good manners.
Can I help you? What are you gazing at?
No, nothing else. Excuse me. Ah! Excuse me, I think a fly just went into my eye.
Yes, that can happen. In general, rinsing with the chamomile ought to help against the edema of your eyeball.
Good to hear. Thank you very much. I have to leave.
Au revoir.
I can hardly believe that this is the Dr. Levy I've been looking for. The hernia is the last thing I need. Excuse me, sir. Is your name Dr. Julia Levy?
Plaît-il? Well, that is a question of looking at things. For a start, I'm somebody who has a real big problem right now. That much is certain.
A problem? What problem is that? Maybe I can help in some small way.
Well, when I left my home this evening to visit this restaurant, I forgot to bring my wallet with me. And not until the 10th course did I notice that my wallet was missing.
Can't you just start a tab? Use your American Express or something?
Oh, if only it was that easy, mon ami. Ici, the restaurant owner is known for his uncompromising attitude towards those folk who dine and dash. If you could help me, I'd be eternally grateful.
It seems everybody only wants one thing from me, and that's my money. You lousy con artist? You won't get anything from me.
Well, the choice is yours.
I can hardly believe that this... Alright, I'll help you. Here's my cash card.
Thanks a lot for the offer. Regretfully though, that doesn't help me either. Well, you know, the French are a rather wayward nation, but in particular, these French traditionalists are absolutely obstinate to any technical innovation imaginable. Listen, this restaurant has been in existence since the beginning of the late Middle Ages, and over here, you would still pay with the original currency, the franc. And you bet that this place won't ever accept any modern cash cards or other plastic cards whatsoever. If you really want to help me, you will have to put the waiter out of action.
Out of action? What do you want me to kill him?
Nah, but maybe you could try the same as you normally do with meat. Just try tenderizing him.
Tenderizing? You mean rough him up a little?
Nah, try to tenderize him verbally first, will you? Maybe he happens to be in a very good temper today for a change, and thus you may persuade him to temper justice with mercy. It's worth a try.
Okay, I'll do my best. flowers. If they're real, I better leave what little green there is in there. The cork's been removed already. A French waiter, and living embodiment of every known French stereotype. The food's pretty expensive, not to mention the wines. At least the Pinot Noir is reasonable. I wonder if anyone would notice. I don't feel like ordering anything. It's high time somebody emptied it. I have no use for that. Hey, I don't smoke. Bonsoir. Okay, so imagine I just ate a huge expensive meal here, and then found out I couldn't pay for it. What would you do?
What I would do? Well, I just have to go and chop your head off and use it as a soup bowl or even as a chamber pot.
Why? Why such cruelty? Have you no heart?
The human touch. How is this supposed to work? We are struggling for survival practically each freaking day. What's the name of this guest? I will go get a big knife. Be back in a minute.
Hang on, you've got it all wrong. That was just a rhetorical question. Yeah, just throwing something out there.
And you think I'm going to buy that story from you? Okay, I will try to explain another way. You know what happened in 1789, don't you?
1789. French Revolution, right? People rising up to throw off the shackles of oppression?
Oh, for on July 14th, 1789, my great-grandfather sat in this very restaurant, serving the Marquis de Garbagnon, who referred to this aristocracy. Garbagnon thought that he would not be obliged to pay for the 5 courses he just ate. But we know if we were to allow this, no aristocrat would ever pay his bill. So, to counteract that, we decapitated the whole aristocracy with the guillotine. Later on, we got the idea, explaining it as if we had arrested them from monarchy, because it was simply a more work-safe way of narrating this story in the travel guides.
Oh, and what if this would happen again?
Then lots of heads would roll.
Isn't that illegal?
How did you get that idea? Of course not.
And what if he is a regular guest in your restaurant?
No. Excusez-moi. Now let me go do my work again.
Ah, well, so? You're gonna wear through the wood if you keep doing that.
Such impertinence! It does have to glint and gleam, since tidiness and hygiene are absolutely our first principles.
I'd like to have a table for 20 people.
Just have a look around you. There is no free table anymore.
I'd like to work as a waiter here.
No, my waiter will be returning from his vacancies next week.
And for the time being?
We are not interested in provisional job solutions at low rates. Have a nice day, monsieur.
Bonsoir. I'd like to have...
Just have a look around you.
But I've got a reservation.
And the name is?
McKraken. Zachary McKraken.
I regret to tell you that your name is not listed here.
Strictly speaking, I do not want to eat anything in this rundown restaurant.
And I wager that not any of our guests is willing to have you eating here for sure.
But I definitely called you not too long ago.
Ah, yes. So it is my mistake, it seems, to have blown your name off the list, no? I regret to tell you that we have no free seats anymore.
Au revoir. I'm going. But keep the cold cuts warm for me, s'il vous plaît.
As you wish.
A French waiter, and living embodiment of every... Bonsoir. I'd like to have a...
Just have a look around you.
And for just one person?
No.
Au revoir.
As you...
This is the way to the kitchen. Every winemaker's dream. If I push that over, I'd be paying for it as long as I live. There's no door. If I did, the owner'd put me on a different kind of rack. This is the way to the kitchen. This is just a bad joke, right? Come on, I don't need that junk. That window leads into the kitchen. I'll just take a little peek. Great. As long as the chef's walking around, there's no way I can sneak in. Maybe something in there could help Dr. Levy. Now, let's see what my little friend does next.
Mon Dieu, a cockroach in my kitchen!
Salut! Just wait!
Yes. Coast is clear. The chef's distracted. Time to move. Hopefully the chef won't notice me.
Dan, who does that close the door?
Hey, Sushi, I got you a date for tonight.
Ouvrir la porte, s'il
A
vous
bottle of
plaît.
high-quality wine that I assume gets...
Will you leave my kitchen at once?
I'm sorry, it just smelled so good.
Be gone, stupid fool, and quickly!
Sure, no problem. Great. As long as the chef's walking around, there's no way I can sneak in. Maybe something in there could help Dr. Levy. A railing made of solid cast iron. Somebody might fall into the Seine without this. Somebody might fall into the Seine without this. A renovation is long overdue. Not my job. I don't think the chef will be too happy if I just barge into his kitchen, but there might be some other way to distract him or lure him outside. I think it's better to call a professional for that. Don't know who, though. This doesn't help me in any way. Now, let's see what my little friend does next.
Mon Dieu, a cockroach in my kitchen! Salut! Just wait!
Yes, coast is clear. Hopefully the chef won't notice me. It's empty. I don't expect to find anything interesting in there. Could be useful.
Where has it gone to?
Mixed herbs. They range from maggot-ridden to moth-infested. So what you mean is this game could use a little bit of spice, huh? I haven't got anything I could spice.
Will you leave my kitchen at once?
I'm sorry, it just smelled so good.
Be gone, stupid fool, and quickly!
Sure, no problem. A rubber seal from a mixed pickles jar. Ah, the memories. Grandma would always make mixed pickles, but she never remembered to put on the rubber seal. Now, let's see what my little friend does next.
Mon Dieu, a cockroach in my kitchen! Salut! Just wait!
Yes, coast is clear. Hopefully the chef won't notice me. It's full of brownish sludge. I'm guessing they haven't changed the water in, oh, say 40 years? No, I've already locked him up. I
Where
shouldn't
has
kick
it
him while
gone
he's
to?
down. These haven't been cleaned in so long, the filth is permanently stuck on them. I can't pull them apart.
Will you
I'm sorry, it just smelled so good.
be gone, stupid fool, and quickly!
Sure, no problem. Now, let's see what my little friend does next.
Mon Dieu, a cockroach in my kitchen! Zalud, just wait!
Yes! Coast is clear. Hopefully the chef won't notice me. Whoa, now that looks delicious. It would be a shame to let it go to waste. Well, first I'd probably burn myself, and second I'd spill it and ruin my
Where has
clothes.
it gone to?
Free soup is a wonderful thing.
What are you doing in my kitchen?
I'm sorry, it just smelled so good.
Be gone, stupid fool, and quickly!
I'm going. Now, let's see what my little friend does next.
Mon Dieu, a cockroach in my kitchen! Zalud, just wait!
Yes! Coast is clear. Hopefully the chef won't notice me. This is the door to the storeroom.
Dan, who does that close the door?
Before you get
Hello?
too
Anyone
comfortable,
out there? Ouvrir la porte, s'il vous plaît!
I better leave it here.
Will you leave my kitchen at once?
I'm sorry, it just smelled so good.
Be gone, stupid fool, and quickly!
Sure, no problem. Now, let's see what my little friend does next.
Mon Dieu, a cockroach in my kitchen! Zalud, just wait!
Yes! Coast is clear. Hopefully the chef won't notice me.
But Dan, who does that close the door? Hello? Anyone out there?
Great! The chef will never be able to break that. Aha! Standing on the stool let me reach it. It's either a shopping list or the infractions from the last health inspection. Hard to tell. I'm not doing the shopping for this place. Like everything else in this room, it would be high time to clean it. It's an extraction hood. It seems better at spreading fumes around than sucking them out, though. That would require a welding torch. I'm happy letting the contents of the stove remain a mystery. You want me to strain my... It's already turned on. Ah, what could be more appetizing than a chamber pot full of soup? Chef Zak's special soup, cooked just for you. Enjoy, monsieur. I guess I don't need it anymore. I'll just knock.
Someone knocked at the door. I wonder who it could be.
Hello?
Monsieur, What's your desire?
You aren't looking for a waiter, are you?
No, my waiter, Jack, is going to return next week from his vacation.
I beg your pardon? Did you just say Jacques?
Oui, he got married and now he is on his honeymoon.
Now what a coincidence. And in the meantime?
We are not interested in provisional job solutions at low rate. Have a nice day, monsieur.
So much for that. It reads, Le Pêcheur Merveilleux. Don't ask me what that means, because I don't know. It reads, Le Pêcheur Merveilleux. Don't ask me what... Le Pêcheur Merveilleux. Don't ask me what that means, because I don't know.
Do you already have an idea about how you could be of help to me?
No, not yet, but I'm working on it. Oh, if only it were that easy. I better not. This is that lovely silverfish I nabbed from the kitchen of that French restaurant. Either it smells bad because it's real and rotting, or because of where it was hanging in the kitchen. Probably both. Delicious. There's just the issue of the chamber pot it's in. Catch you later then, buckaroo. This guest seems to pride himself on good... I gotta go. There was a time when the waiter would never let me in, for one thing. Once again, I don't know what you're talking... Oh, if only it were that easy. Hurry up. I got a cow at home that needs milking. Did I mention that? What am I gonna say about that? That really doesn't interest me. That might cause an international incident. Did you ever steal the food from a hungry dog's bowl? I've got no time for wine tasting at the moment. What a poor attempt at romantic ambiance. From the looks of it, it seems to be bolted to the table. Are these supposed to be the guests' names and phone numbers? I thought my handwriting was bad. I don't need that scribble. I don't have a phone. It's firmly bolted to the frame. I hope nobody will notice. It's a cheap stool made from synthetic leather. No time to rest. Plus, it might do something to my pants. Back to that wonderful air service. Look at that. A genuine fake French mustache. This won't work, unfortunately. I'm sure this'll suit me. And how does it look?
I already told you before, we are not interested in provisional job solutions at low rate. Have a nice day, monsieur.
Bonjour, monsieur.
What are you on about with this masquerade? Using that cheap mustache for impersonating me, perhaps?
No, of course not. Excusez-moi. Bonjour, monsieur.
What are you on about with this masquerade?
No, of course. Bonjour, monsieur.
You don't even have to pretend you're French, because I know very well that you're not. What can I do for you, sir? Do you already have an idea about how you could be of help to me?
No, not yet, but I'm working on it. Not while I'm wearing this costume. Bonjour, monsieur. What do you think of my shapely mustache? Blink? No, I've already locked him up. If I was feeling like playing a doctor or a cook, I would definitely not do that in here. They're blood-stained and dirty. Unless I was a runway model, I'd look like... I could dry stuff with those, but I'd end up having to wash them again. They're firmly stuck. Heck no. The stench would be on my hands for hours. Well, where do we want to go this time? My ticket to Mexico.
Attention passengers, this is your captain speaking. Unfortunately, I must inform you that our plane has drifted far from our planned route because of a malfunction of the navigational system. As we are low on fuel and struggling with strong turbulence, I'm afraid that we must make an emergency landing. Please stay calm, remain in your seats, and buckle up. There is absolutely nothing to be worried about. If we should survive the after landing, our technicians will immediately repair any damage. Because of our staff shortage, one of the passengers will have to search the area for fuel. We will decide who will go by drawing lots. As it is very cold outside, the brave volunteer will of course receive one complimentary hot beverage.
I will inform you when we begin our final descent. Oh my god,
We're out of fuel. We have to land immediately.
Ah, jeez. My worst nightmare. Thanks to some major turbine damage, my plane made a forced landing. And by that, I mean landing out in the middle of nowhere. I think this is the North Pole. And to make things even worse, if I don't find some jet fuel, I won't be able to get out of here.
Well, interwebs, I hope you guys enjoyed this installment of Nostalgia Play. Hope you leave a comment. Thanks for watching. Like and subscribe, and next month we'll continue on with this, alright? Till then, have a nice day, and bye.